Hi, welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of faster gravitational reports. I want to say thank you guys for coming. Click like, shares, and the subscribes. Welcome to the new subscribers. If you guys need some personal readings, they are available at astroviber1111 at gmail.com. All right. Things are going, right? Things are moving. And as we've been talking about the energies as the stories in there, and it's at the moon, it's exiting out areas and shows that things is not healed. We are going through this revaluation processes in there. Some of the people feel, like things that needs to go, they have to go. Okay, but most of our problems that we get in it as the things are going away, those are what material values, things that we didn't pay attention before because we were programmed to have this or have that. You must, you need, you have to, and so on. All of a sudden losing its purpose. And now, since it's losing its purpose, we're seeing that the purpose is totally different to have things that we need, really we need for what we need to do in order to evolve. And now the intuition is like, what happened? I need to make adjustments. The energy is going to be calling for adjustments. And as the moon, it's going to be going the next 2 days, which is this going to be today and tomorrow. We're going to see that transit of the moon. She's going to be coming out of this full moon with oppositions with the sun. We're going to see that energy of talking about the material values. Since the moon is entering Taurus, that is the material values, the love for material things. I love my phone. I love my computer. I love my job. I tied up to a security. I tied up into this. I cannot let it go. And all of a sudden, the universe is going to be says like, when did you get it that the things that you have, they're not good for you? You gotta be shifted someplace else. And now, since Mercury it's already at the Scorpio and the Moon entering Taurus, we're gonna be seeing a lot of this changes. And Pluto is gonna be T-squaring the Moon and Mercury, expecting a lot of things about the material things. If you're at work, some of the people probably is going to be laid off. Some of the people are going to be losing the values. Some of the people, they can go ahead and be moved to someplace else because the values that you're holding, they're not valued for your spiritual evolutions that you're going to need. And Pluto is going to be relentless in a way. So those changes that it's going to be coming in is like you lost your human values and soul in order to love the material values. Where do you think you are going? Okay. And now this is going to be really, particularly with Mercury being at Scorpio, a lot of the people can take things really personally, right? It is about like, what is this? I'm doing all this, and this. I did all the work for the company, or I did all this work in the family, or I did all that, and all of a sudden I'm not getting anything. It is about to look the values on both sides. So this is going to be some interesting energies today and tomorrow, because today the moon it's going to be opposing Mercury, and she's going to be opposing the true Lilith. You're going to face the truth. Okay. And a lot of the people don't like the truth of these positions. It's not liking these energies that are going to come. And as we are going to go today, we're going to see by the end of the day, the moon is going to be opposing Mars in Scorpio. Now Mars is going to be really mad. And this is what I want to warn you in there, that the things that need to go out, be compassionate with it. Whatever cracks down. Whatever breaks down, don't take to this anger, vengeance, and so on. We're going to see if something's going to be related to this because Scorpio's energies, it's like this deep water that you don't know what's going to happen, right? Someone can just blow up out of nowhere on, and this is more expecting about tomorrow in there. And this can be really, you got to be very careful what you have. At Scorpio, particularly, we're talking about between the 5th and the 15th degree in that area. Okay, but it's going to start it today. So whatever is going to start it today, tomorrow is going to be escalating. Okay, so I want to say thank you guys for coming in. Hi, Food Tasty, and hi, Zaya. Thank you for coming in. So this is what is going to be looking at, and we're going to go at 7 o'clock in the morning. The sun is going to be still a little bit down in there. It's not going to be coming exactly at 7. It's going to be about 7 to 15, 7:30. We're going to see this energy, but the moon, is going to be, particularly as she's in the relationships. Be mindful what are you holding, because the material things, and because you want to hold, this is your own. Imagine, in the relationships, you don't want to let it go of your own things, but you got to be in the relationship, right? And this is where the Taurus values the material things for providing. And now you're going to be rising, well, I lost everything, how I'm going to provide, how I'm going to be surviving, how I'm going to be this, how I'm going to be that. And Pluto's going to be, it's like, don't worry about it, things will change. You're going to find new ways. And you're wondering what new ways. Don't worry, things is going to come from soul. And this is what yesterday I had a conversations in there, is like the best thing that you want to do, and the best advice is ask your soul. Have you ever asked your soul? You ask everybody else. You ask mom, dad, friends, and anybody what you should do. You look at it, programming from people that what you should do, and so on and so on. Took an advices, and they did not work with you because you failed to ask your soul. And that's what Pluto's coming. He says, like, enough is enough. Okay, so expecting things that maybe not going to go well, but they're going to have a good outcome afterwards. All right, so 7 o'clock in the morning, the moon is moving out of Chiron. Hopefully you figure out things that you need to really work it out with your own self. At 8 o'clock, we're going to see is that the energy is going to be even increased. It puts that pressures within the moon. You're going to be seeing in there. It's like, okay, that's not balanced. I didn't see it. The ascendant is going to be at Libra. Is about particularly these things is like, okay, relationships and values. This little bit more intense energies because of this coming out of this full moon of Aries. They still have that energy because the moon is the 1st degree at Taurus, and Mercury is at the 2nd degrees of Scorpio. Now this talks that you're escaping, you don't want to talk about material world and so on, and situations with others. And as a Pluto is at the 1st degree of Aquarius, here is the problem, right? Because transformations is an order. Material world needs new, different ways. And now you're freaking out because the old ways, they don't work. They're not going to work. Okay? It's pointless. You figure things out that the old ways are crashed and burned. And this is what happens in the underworld. Right, we're going to have at 9 o'clock, I'm suggesting you guys that be mindful when you are at work particularly, because at 9 o'clock we're going to have the ascendant is going to be with Mercury and the true Lilith. And here is coming in this transformations, right? A lot of stubbornness. I don't want to let it go. I need to have my material things. That is what the moon is going to be. I got to have my survival, right? We have some Mercury here is thinking it like, what should I do with others? How should I do with others? What is it, the truth? We have a yacht. We have a yacht that it comes from Uranus and it comes in from Neptune right here. And it says, look at it, the divine. Divine has the plans. Not your plans, divine plans. And you're like freaking out because you don't know what the divine plans are. You should not know. But if you ask your soul is going to tell you, chill and relax. Everything's going to be fine. Let's go down into the underworld. Let's go down in there to it. And Pluto is responsible for our what? Evolution and soul. He is the hidden God, divine. Okay, so that's what is. Zaya. Pluto also was an ancient ferryman, captain of the boat that floated to the ancient river. Yeah, in a way you can say that in there he was like Noah, right? To put everything in the boat and whatever had to crash and burn, but whatever had to be saved was saved, right? Whoever listened, it listened. It's kind of like exactly the great flood story in there. And we're going to go through this, okay? So be ready for this, but that's going to be what? Purging time, cleaning time, removing, decluttering stuff, right? And whatever is going to go, is going to go. Whatever it's going to stay, is going to stay, right? Because you're going to build from solid foundation, okay? But you're going to freaking out because there will be current foundation is shaking, right? Which is Taurus, okay? And we still have this Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio's energies. We'll learn them. Last year was been, I mean, name it, right? We already learned how to navigate it. So for those who are get used to it, you're like, it's okay. It's gonna be fine, right? So be mindful about intense communications. Okay, try not to have intense communications with things that are not going to be very, very pleasant. All right, keeping on going. In the next hour, we're going to see at 10 o'clock that you got to make some actions. What actions they're going to be? Currently, Mars is a very beautiful trines with the North Node. Mars is like, I know where I'm going, right? Until Mars is not put under pressure. We're going to see Mars under pressures tomorrow. And right now you think like, okay, I will make it. Let's say like in a worst case scenario, they let you go off work, right? And it's like, okay, I will make it. And the next day you're freaking out, right? Don't do this. Take time to process the things properly. Dive deep within. Understanding the things, because Mars at Scorpio is also, I am diving to find the truth into the underworld. What is that? Okay? And these energies is going to come in. We're going to see them tomorrow. But in the next hour, we're going to be seeing it that Lilith, the true Lilith, is going to be joining with Mercury. But we're also going to see the mean Lilith is going to be rising on the horizon. Okay? She's like, okay, now you see that you never had control. Somebody else had a control. Your survival is depending on others. You put yourself to be codependent. And that is going to be the one of the things you have to see in there to understand that at some point, you don't put your life in the hands of others. You don't do things with others, because now you are dependent. And that's what the moon, when I figure out that she's been depending in there, that's what those energy is going to come, and they're going to really working you out. Okay. All right. Later on, the energy is going to come back a little bit better. We're going to see some at 12 o'clock very positive energies. We're going to see some more synchronized. You're going to be like, okay, all right, you're accepting what you're accepting. The thing is going to be that the sun currently is looking only towards what? Towards the North Node in Pisces. And we're going to see as the moon is going to be moving, she's going to make in a yacht, okay, between the North Node and what? And the sun. As the apex is going to be the sun. So you're going to be seeking it within your authority how to maintain that balance within you. Okay, because that balance is required. And that is the purpose of the new moon that is going to coming. Okay, in and about pretty much 2 weeks, we're going to have some new moon that's going to be at the Libra. And that is the need of taking new ways of balance stuff with others. Okay, because you are not only by yourself. If you're only thinking about yourself, guess what? You're by yourself. So this is going to be some strong emotions, but we're going to go through it. Pay attention into particularly at 2 o'clock, because this is going to be the inner work right now that's going to come in. And that inner work that you are preparing in there, be mindful for very intense communications about work and things that been going into the shadow. This is going to be really beginning to put that pressures into the moon, right? This is going to be intense moments. This is going to be some intense situations, and pay attention to what you say, how you say, what you say, and what the other says to you, and maintain your internal peace. Okay. Please let me know in the comments how it goes for you. I'm very interested to see how some of the things is going to turn out. All right, the next hour at 3 o'clock, we're going to have the inner work. It's going to be with the true Lilith. You find the truth, right? Somebody can comes in, is like, okay, we hire you, but we need you for only for 6 months. We hire you, but after 3 months, you're not working for us. Were you told that you're going to be okay? Because those are going to be some, transiting energies, right? Where you're finding some truths in there. Okay, so this is going to be some more calming down after everything, because during the heated conversations, particularly, I mean, Mercury opposing the moon, you're going to have them. Okay, doesn't matter what it is, it's expressions in there. But after the heated communications, you're finding some truths. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to go up. I'm going to be going in there. I'm going to find the solutions. And this is what the true Lilith is about. Finally, I got it. I have to create a new way of lifestyle that I am not codependent. I'm not codependent of other people's values. And that's what Scorpio is. Okay? If you have to be half my values with others, okay, they have to be combined deep. That's how the intimacy creates in there, because that's what the things are not in balance. Just so you know, Scorpio is the highest octane of Libra. Okay, so this is going to be some deep discovery. It's a very beautiful, the deep soul searching, because the soul will know. And how do we know that? It's Pluto. Okay, 4 o'clock things is going to be more calm down energy, but about 5 o'clock the inner work is going to be just squaring the knots. Usually people during this moment is like, you know what, I will skip this. I will skip to work on me. I will skip to getting into this. I will crash and burn and it's so on. I'm going to have a new beginning and so on and so on. You're basically going to go through a loop instead of shifted. So instead of going to a spiral of evolution, you're going to a circle. And some of you is going to go to a circle. All right, well, 6 o'clock, Saturn and Neptune is going to come out in event horizons. They're going to be challenging you. You probably feel this energy. So Virgo, as the Venus is opposing them, and now right now Venus is opposing still a little bit the North Node, but she's heading home. The Venus is going into Libra. You're going to be seeing it when the Venus is going to be at Libra, how this shift is going to happen. That power of love into the relationship. Because the relationships are tested when? When the things are bad. When the things are no good. And this is how the love gets there. When things are tough. Okay? Because when the things are good, right? What kind of test you getting? Nothing. So right now it's a test time for Venus. She's like really, this love and values in there. How I'm going to make it. You may using a lot of logic, but the logic doesn't give you love. Okay, there is no love in love. There is no logic in love. Okay, there's a logic in everything else, as are the relationships and so on and so on. But at love, it is. Love has no logic. Okay. All right. Things is gonna be hit the fan at 7 o'clock. As the moon, it's gonna come out in the horizon. It's gonna be hitting you with this material possession situations, as this is gonna be really get you in the situations. You maybe communicate with people, you may be freaking out, you maybe look at it inside until the energy doesn't tell and you hear is in the soul. Some of the people are going to be get agitated, aggravated in there. It's like, how could I made it? How did I do that? What is it, God punishing me and so on? What did I did? What is so on and so on and so on? Time out. Take that energy that is there and reevaluate your own values. Because you abandon your own values of survival in the material world in a form to fit in into a place that you try not to fit in. And that's what the things right now, Pluto, it's shifting you. You are told by society, by religions, by cultures, how you're supposed to be. Have you ever been how you're supposed to be by your soul? You never ask yourself, right? And right now you have this epiphany. Okay? So the values is gonna come in. We're gonna see that an hour later. Okay, here is the things that you should pay really attention to. We have the sudden changes from Uranus. It comes out in the soul. It's like you need to gonna make changes. And guess who? The big guys are coming in. This is Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto. And this beautiful trine with 2 sextiles. Okay, they're coming in right here with the ascendant, and they say the divine energies are here. They're gonna shift it to a Mercury and the true Lilith, and it's gonna be going into Neptune. Right? And now everything is going to be given into you. As long as you're not freaking out. As long as you want. Believe in the soul, believe in God, believe in the divine powers. Okay? Because it's a shift time. Let the things shift it the way they are by creation. Not the way you thought about creating things, not about this, because there is a divine order. Okay, and we're going to go through this. At 10 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Gemini, creates all this duality, particularly with Venus. But the things is going to be how you get in the relationships with others. This is the social, the way you socialize. Can you socialize with others? How is you in within others? And that is particularly going to be trigger who? It's going to trigger Venus and Saturn. Okay, this is going to be some little bit tough moments, but in the next hour you are going to be like, I need to create different way of family. What happened to the family values over the time? In the beginning, there was a tribe. See, in the tribe, everyone in the tribe, they were like a family. When the new couples are coming together, the whole town comes in and builds a house for him, or help him out to build a house, and so on. But since the evolutions of the humanity, now we are what? Making money, buying a house, right? And so on and so on. But that is depending on what? On the mortgage. And the mortgage is depending on the money you make at work, right? But if you all this is because it's kind of like a created for some other stuff, it lost its values. And now you're losing your job, so you can understand what it takes, the proper values of within the material world. Do you appreciate the material values? Do you appreciate other things that people did for you? Did screw up some things in the material world? And now you're crushed in world because you took a lot from other people and you mess it up their life. And now guess what? Divine comes in and takes all that from you. Because there has to be what? Proper energies exchange. Okay? And now these things, he comes in because you have to go back to the values of the family. All right. As the thing is gonna be going on, your Mars is gonna beginning to be feeling it. Okay, the Moon is beginning to. She's gonna be at the 10 degrees of Taurus, and it's opposing Mars at 11 degrees at Scorpio. Now your own values and the values with others is really screwing up, right? Now it's boiling your blood. Now you want certain things. Now you want to fix the things. But how you want to do it? Don't do it as a personal revenge, and how and so on and so on. Do a personal transformation deep in your Scorpio's energies. Become this Scorpion king. Okay? It's like when things are tough, you become this powerful warrior within you. But not warrior to fight others, do things for others, avenge and revenge, the negative side. Empower your own self. And that empowerment of your own self is going to be helping you to what? To grow. Where is the maturity? How the maturity is? And we want to see that maturity at 11 o'clock in the midnight. That is going to be really come back to it. And that's what Jupiter at Cancer is. Because you build something, you're trying to building something, right? But your values inside of you, they're not ready for that, what you're building. Okay, so this is going to be some huge triggers, and that's what the astrogravitational report for today is. And I'm going to be giving you things about, be mindful about 2 or 3 o'clock. You maybe wake up really kind of like very much agitated. You cannot stop thinking about and worry about what the things will be. And we're going to be looking at tomorrow what Mars, we're going to make decisions. And here's what's going to happen in tomorrow. See the Moon? It's going to be opposing Mars and Lilith, right? But you are about to find the truths. See, the truths deep from within. But there are divine aspects with who? With Uranus. It says he needs some changes. And guess what? Uranus is going to be moving back into Taurus. And this is what I said to the people, guys, I'm telling you that be mindful about this. Rearrange things, because the next 6 months, we are going to be reevaluated all this. And now the Moon tells us, let me see the different ways. Because the things that I'm hold on to it, they're going to be gone. Okay? Because when you leave the material existence, you cannot take not even a single atom from here. Not a single penny. Everything that it's material is going to stay here. And don't hold on to material values. Because the only values that you're going to need down the road, that is your spiritual evolutions and the soul. And that's how it's going to be. All right, guys? So I would love to hear from you. Thank you for the click, the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and appreciate your coffee. And I will see you tomorrow. Much love to you and good luck.